Hey guys, it's Rachel here with Senza Tempo Cane Corso. I'm out here with the dogs. Pretty girl, Tennessee. You're not Tennessee. I've got Tennessee on the mind. Velocity, pretty girl. Ben's a pretty girl. She's very pretty. Got their water bucket over there. Plenty of water. Come on, Tennessee, where you at? Come on, girl. I have so much rubbish. This is so embarrassing, you guys. Look at that. Just straight rubbish. I need to throw it away. I told Alex that I didn't want that thing, but he was dead set on keeping it. And then whenever we broke up, it just got left here. It was this outside seating thing that used to be at my parents' house, and they asked me if I wanted it, and I thought I did. And then my cat started sleeping on it, my outside cat, and made it nasty. And I was like, you know what? Like, when we move, I don't want it, but it's here, haunting me. I'll have it thrown out. I'm just so overwhelmed with everything else going on. I just haven't had the time. I swear to you, if I made a list of all the things I need to do, I'd have to take a nap. So, it's really windy today. Hope that it doesn't affect the video. I'm going to be getting something to help with that soon, but like I said, it's on the list. So, pretty girls. Oh, you alright? Looks like she got something in her foot. Come here, sugar. Tennessee, let me see your foot. Nope, she's not going to. Look at her trying to kick it off. Come here. Let me see. Let me see. Oh gosh, really? Oh, poor baby girl. What's wrong with your foot? Let me see your foot. Oh, good girl. She's a good girl. You're a good girl. Oh, yep. You gotta. There we go. Let me get it. There's a good girl. All right, you can walk now. See better now. Are you better now? What are you doing over here midnight looking all pretty? Waiting for midnight to come flying out of here, but I guess she's gonna take her time. There they go. Well, where are they at? Come on now. And there we go. The herd. Every time that I see them do that, when they run like that, we let them out of the house, and I always tell them, release the hounds! And they go out, and it's funny. And my big man. What did your big man? He always comes over and stands next to me. Oh, baby boy. You guys, really? What's going on over here? Seneca, causing problems? Trying to dominate, as usual? She's a tough cookie, I tell you what. The sweetest pie, man. I love her to death. So I talked to the guys about getting the skirting done on the house. So they're supposed to be getting a quote back to me this week. So we'll see about that. They finally, you can see where my truck is, they finally got that dirt, that big pile of dirt removed. They put a little inlet in for my truck. So that's why it looks so bad out here. I'm still living here while they're actively doing construction, so it's not done yet. There's even trees that have been cut down that need to be removed, stuff like that. So it's all a process. You're kind of seeing it unfold. Tomorrow's my last day here before I head out to Maryland to go and drop Preacher off to be shown. There are no words for how nervous I am about this. As I've told people before, when I got Preacher, I wasn't actually looking to breed. I was just looking for a dog. I wanted, the ultimate dog, and it was just my treat for myself, and I got Preacher. And it was only after I got him and I realized what I had that I decided I could actually get back into breeding again. And so, oh, there they go. And so anyway, so long story short, Preacher is my pet first. He's all my dogs really are, but in particular Preacher. Like, he's just, if something horrible happened, if I had some kind of life debilitating disease and I, for some horrible reason, had to get rid of my dogs, Preacher would be the one that I would not be able to get rid of. He would stay. No matter what, he would stay. And there she is. Look at Seneca trying to be dominant. I'm gonna have to get on to her. Seneca! Shh! Since she doesn't listen when I get on to her either, I'm gonna have to get in there. Shh! What'd I say? You see her looking at me just then? So she's learned that she has to listen or I step in. Psst, Seneca! Much better response that time. She's learned. She's tough though. She's like cashmere. Much better. So I always have to monitor the play to make sure that it doesn't get too intense, especially involving certain dogs, specific dogs. A lot about keeping a pack from fighting is about knowing the temperaments of the individuals involved and making sure that you manage their relationships and their play to make sure that they don't allow things to get escalated to the point that bad things happen. So Seneca is a little fire starter, so I do have to watch her, even though she's a puppy and even though she's small. Her confidence and her, dominance can cause the pack to really want to discipline her, to put her down in her place, which is natural, but that natural is also whooping her butt, and I'm not going to, obviously I can't let them do that because I'm not going to allow fighting. So I have to carefully manage the temperaments here and make sure that I don't allow any type of play between certain dogs. And that would be, for example, Midnight. Midnight is also a very dominant dog, and so she's not going to tolerate being disrespected by another dog. She'll play, she'll do stuff like that, but she will not be disrespected. And Seneca can be disrespectful at times. She hasn't quite learned yet how to be respectful and to have good, healthy boundaries. And so she's learning that. But in the meantime, I have to make sure that they don't teach her that in a very harsh way. So, my way is easier than their way. But she's really, she's a great dog, you guys. There are great things to come from her. She's a really smart, sweet girl. Look at the muscle on him. Preacher! Preacher! Good boy. Hey, good girl, Midnight. What'd you good girl, Midnight? Oop. And who's coming? Got our little trash pile there. That came with the property. Not ours. Looks like a burn pile. Hey, you guys get out of that. Watch where you're walking. They're going to have to learn to watch. So when I was growing up, I literally grew up in terrain just like this. Cactus everywhere, rocks everywhere, and my dogs never stepped on cactus. They knew better. It's a matter of watching where you walk. And some of the dogs have gotten better about it, some of them not. It doesn't really hurt them. It's irritating, but you remove them and move on with your day. But it's definitely irritating to them when they get in the pads of their feet. So I always just make sure after we come in to give them a little look over, remove any of them that they got. But it's not a big serious thing. It's just something they're going to have to learn the hard way, unfortunately. Because there's no way for me to remove it all in time. I kind of like it though. I don't like them stepping in it, but I do like the fact that it does force them to be more aware. It forces them to use their brain, you know? And I do like that. I like anything that forces my dogs to have to grow and mature and develop a bit. Look how pretty Tennessee is. Pretty girl, Tennessee. Pretty girl. What did you, pretty girl? She's going to make someone a very happy dog. Tennessee, what you doing, girl? What you doing, girl? You see that tail? She won't look up, but she's got that tail going. What did you do? Looking for ground scores. Looking for something to eat. No one has a bigger appetite than Tennessee. What are you guys into? Come on. Get out of that. Get out of it. Let's go. Move it along. Let's go. Look, last to leave is Seneca, what I tell you. Tough girl. Stubborn girl. And guess who goes back? Guess who goes back, y'all? Look, who is it? Tennessee. Tennessee! Psst, get out of it now. Sad face. And Velocity. Velocity! Get out of it now. The other stubborn girl. It's like levels of stubbornness. You're good dogs, though. They're all good dogs. I tell people this all the time. You really can't get onto these dogs for being stubborn because you want stubbornness in a protection breed. And the reason is because of the fact that if the type of dog that is going to not just protect your property, okay? There's been lots of video that has been demonstrated to show that just because a dog is protective doesn't mean that it will actually protect you if there is pressure put on the dog. So if the intruder actually doesn't just back down easily and maybe even puts up a show of force against the dog, most dogs will run away. But the kind of dog that's willing to stand down an intruder and say, no, actually, I'm not going to back off. You're going to get out of my house or I'm going to bite you and attack you. That's stubbornness, all right? That's a willingness to not give up. And so you can't have a protection breed like this without a little bit of stubbornness. You know, it's just the two are part and parcel. So keep that in mind going forward. If you get these breeds, don't hate the stubbornness. Just work with it. Don't allow them to do what they want to do. You obviously have to enforce yourself, but stubbornness on its own is not a sign of a bad dog or a bad temperament. Here's my man, Preacher. Preacher! Good boy. Who's a pretty boy? Anyway, well, I'm going to get inside. I don't want this video to be too long. Yesterday, because my internet's so bad out here in the sticks, it took me like all day to upload a video that I was like, oh, I'm Johnny on the spot this morning. I'm uploading this at 8 o'clock in the morning. Sure enough, it didn't get up until the afternoon because it took so long. It was such a long video. It took so long. And then it interrupted in the upload process and I had to re-upload. It was just a disaster. So hopefully this won't be so bad. So anyway, we'll talk at y'all later. I am not going to be doing a live stream on this Friday like I had intended because I didn't realize that I'm not going to be here. I'm going to be on my trip. So that just shows how scatterbrained I've been. So I apologize for that, but we'll figure it out. I also need to make sure that my internet's going to be good enough for me to live stream out here. I might need to schedule something where I go into town and rent a space, something like that. I don't know. So we'll see. If anybody knows anything about a product that can boost my internet, like not the area, but actually make it stronger, please let me know. I am on satellite, if you can see up there. So that's also something to be aware of. There's my little beacon up there, my little satellite thing. so anyway, if you know anything about it, if any of you have dealt with it, if you know how to make it faster or stronger or better, please let me know because I really do need that. So hope you guys are having a great day and I'll talk at you later. Oh my God, look how beautiful Midnight is. She's so beautiful. She's so beautiful. Da, da, da. Gorgeous. She's so gorgeous. Okay, anyway, all right, talk to you later. Bye.